Boys, 99% of people are always looking to add stuff to their life. Oh, this might make me better. But they don't even understand that if you want to score in life, you have to get rid of the goalie. You have to get rid of all the bad habits that are holding you back. So, in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly the way I got rid of bad habits, things that used to hold me back, things that used to be a detriment to me and hold me down from ever progressing in life. All right, so firstly, how did I overcome it, right? So there's this thing called sexual transmutation, right? I got it from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Basically, it explains how your sexual energy as a man is the most powerful thing, right? It's the most powerful thing. And if you can hold that in as a man, if you can save it, if you can use it and put it into all the other areas of your life that is going to build you up as a man, then you will literally prosper, right? So, for example, if you're addicted to lust, if you can't stop beating your shit, if you can't stop hooking up with random girls, of course you're gonna fail. You're using all your energy on pixelated screens or on a woman who doesn't even care about you. You're giving them all your energy when you could be flowing that energy into building a business, making money for your family, making money for yourself, like doing things that are gonna be important, right? Getting jacked as a man, you wanna get jacked. You wanna look like a freak of nature. You wanna be that guy. So why are you wasting your time doing bullshit? Which feeds into another thing too, right? I realized my potential. Like I realized that if I keep doing this, if I keep going down this rabbit hole of lust, if I keep feeding all my energy to bad things, where do I think I'm gonna end up? Like, where do I genuinely think I'm gonna end up? And I really sat down and thought about it, and boom, I was gonna be a nobody. I was gonna be nothing. I was gonna help no one. I was gonna be of no value. And a lot of people have that potential. Like, you watching this, you genuinely probably have a whole bunch of potential. But how are you using it? Because potential doesn't matter. Hard work is always going to beat talent. Like 99% of the time, there's going to be those few times, but you need to still work hard. You genuinely need to build that urgency in your life. It should piss you off that you're wasting your potential. It should really piss you off. And that's really a pivotal moment for me in my life. I realized that I can be something, I can be jacked, I can make a whole bunch of money, I could genuinely live the life I want, I could provide for everyone around me. I realize I can do that. And if you have that fire lit behind you, if you have that fire of why, of, oh, I have all this potential, you're gonna do something with your life as long as you stay consistent and you know where you wanna go. Everything will fall into place as long as you're putting in the required work day to day. Why do we why do we fall back to stupid shit that we know stupid that we're saying we're not gonna do again? That we say is holding us down. We're binge eating. Oh, we're doing all these bad habits. Why do we keep doing it? Because it feels good. It feels good. You're triggering a dopamine release to your brain every single time you're doing something that feels good. And realistically, those bad habits, every single bad habit you're doing, are all linked to instant gratification. So you don't even have to put in that much work. You're getting this large dopamine hit for no work. Of course, it's gonna be human nature to want to do it. But if you're gonna want to break that cycle, right? You want to break that cycle. You need to go against the grain. You need to go against that bullshit, or else it's going to control your life forever, right? So this is why I put the habit loop here from Atomic Habits by James Clear. One of the best books you can read. If you have not read it, I highly recommend, right? So it's basically the loop of why you're doing it. So you got the cue, right? You get this cue, okay. You're scrolling reels, You see a girl who has a fat ass, right? That's the craving, right? That's the craving. You're like, damn, oh, Shotty thick. Shotty low key thick though. I ain't gonna lie. Shotty thick. Let me go jerk off. That's where you fuck up. That's where you fuck up. You get your reward, bro. Yay, you get 10 seconds of dopamine, right? You get 10 seconds of dopamine. You don't accomplish anything. you're still where you left off before you started. But instead, you should put that energy into something else. Like I said, the sexual transmutation. Like Muhammad Ali, he didn't have sex before fights. He didn't do any of that. He conserved all his sexual powers, his sexual energy. And he was a fucking dog. He was one of the most greatest fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, why wouldn't you want to be like that, right? So, boom. Triggers and environment. That's covered. Emotional responses, right? So, maybe you just have nothing to do. Maybe you have nothing to do and you're just bored as shit. You're stressed, or maybe something's stressing you out. You go to do it. Or you waste 3 hours scrolling, or you go binge eat. It doesn't matter the bad habit, bro. You just give in, right? You give in. So how are we gonna break this cycle, right? We need to identify the triggers. Identify the triggers immediately, right? So if it's your bed, do not sit down in your bed past 9 p.m. Like, with your phone in your hand. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? If you're gonna go to bed, put it across the room. Put it across the room, go to sleep. As simple as that. Don't fucking sit there doing nothing, because as a man, if you think you have no time, or sorry, if as a man, if you think you have all this free time in the world, you don't. You don't. I don't care if you're unemployed, you don't work a job. Do something with your life, bro. Work on a business. Work on upgrading yourself. Work on fucking building a jack physique, you know? Work towards something in life. Find a purpose. Find something you want to strive towards every single day. Or else, of course, you're going to end up in that fucking situation when you're on your bed jerking your shit. Or scrolling reels for 50 hours. Like, why? Like, or eating that Big Mac. Like, it's pretty simple, bro. One thing I really learned, like, overcoming my porn addiction, right? If you tell your mind you're not going to do something, of course, you're going to do it, right? When someone tells you not to do something, you're going to do it, right? So, for example, if I tell you, hey, think of a cheeseburger, right? You're going to think of a cheeseburger, okay? Now I tell you, think of a hot dog, right? Think of a hot dog right now. Then I tell you, don't think of that cheeseburger anymore. What is in your mind right now? What is in your mind? The fucking cheeseburger, right? So if you tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to beat off today. Oh, I'm not going to scroll reels today. I'm not going to eat junk food today. Of course you're going to do it, bro. Like, you're giving it power over you're giving it fucking a whole bunch of power over your life. You're basically putting it on a pedestal. You're basically saying that this shit rules my life. I'm not gonna do it today. That's what you're saying. So instead, say, "Oh, I'm gonna focus on Jesus today. I'm gonna focus on God. I'm gonna focus on something that's gonna uplift me today. Something that's gonna put genuine purpose into my life." So boom, that really feeds into rewiring your brain, right? The last step. It's going to be a process. Don't dwell on your relapses. Don't put them on a pedestal, right? Replace these bad habits with new habits, right? One of the biggest things I did was making a routine, like in the morning. So I used to wake up at 4:30 a.m. for like 5 months in a row, just because I knew I needed to fucking just ascend to a higher dimension. I needed to actually challenge myself for once. Like, I never did that shit before in my life. So I did that. It challenged me very hardly. I became a absolute animal of a person through that sequence of time. And what I would do is I would write down whatever I needed to do the night before, right? So I'd write down 3 main tasks I needed to do, right? So for me, it was making a YouTube video, Instagram, TikTok, a whole bunch of stuff, right? Making content and checking on clients and stuff like that. But for you, it could be cold shower. That's what it was for me 2 years ago. Cold shower in the morning, read, start developing myself, go to the gym, track all my meals today, hit my protein goal, oh, uh, you know, just simple stuff that are gonna actually work towards what you want to become, right? And in that, you're gonna track your progress. And I have it all documented in a book. You feel so good, bro. Like looking back at what you did. But it really develops you into a fucking human. It genuinely develops you into a fucking animal, bro. Like me personally, I think it was the best part of like my self development journey right there. So once you implement a routine, right, there's no way for you to fail. You just do the same shit every day. It's gonna be boring, it's gonna be tedious, but nobody wants to do the boring shit, right? Nobody wants to do the boring shit, but that is where all growth is made, right? The complacency you're seeing in your life is due to your comfort. You need to get out of a comfortable situation and throw yourself in the fire, right? Throw yourself into something you don't know if you can do, right? That's the art of getting better as a man, growing. It doesn't matter if you're trying to start a business, it doesn't matter if you're trying to get jacked. It doesn't matter, bro. You need to have the habits in place, right? Shift that identity, bro. Shift your identity into I'm the type of person who makes $1 million, right? And back it up. Back it up with the fucking habits, right? Because everyone's all talk, bro. Everyone is all talk. Everyone has aspirations. Everyone has aspirations, but they give it up because it's too hard, right? Imagine if everyone was a sum of their aspirations. Where do you think the world would be? Like everyone would be famous, everyone would be rich, like 99% of people. They would all look into that vanity. But they don't want that fucking they don't want to work hard, bro. They don't want to work hard. So if you want to get where you want to go, have your habits in place, work hard, be consistent every day, and you're going to get where you want to go. And with that being said, brother, if you took any value from this video, I drop bangers every Wednesday and Sunday, right? Every Wednesday and Sunday, we're going to be coming with some gym vlogs. We're going to be coming with some mindset videos, some bangers, some value for you guys. So if you're new here, drop a like, drop a comment. Any questions, follow me on IG, subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys in the next video. Peace.